Hello, VersaModule would like to present to you a possible alternative for compiling locally on a Windows machine. In this presentation, we will be using a Windows 7 system, 64-bit, and in a moment I will show you all the steps that you need to compile locally. Let's start by going to our C drive. We need to create two folders. You can of course change these names as you will later on once you understand the procedures. I'm going to name the first one SparkCorePrograms and the second one Spark. Let's go to SparkCore firmware at GitHub. They have the installation set of procedures. Go to this IP address up here. Scroll down to this README file, and these are the steps we will be doing. Let's first install GCC. Go to this web link. And the file we want to choose for Windows, when it gets done loading, is gcc arm 9-4windows32.exe. Download this file, which I've already done. English, yes. Next. Accept the agreement. Next. Destination folder is fine. We will be moving this in a moment. This installation is time-lapsed. Want to make sure we add the path variables. Very important to check this box. Click Finish. On a Windows 7 machine, it puts it in Program Files 86, x86. We need to copy that installation folder to the folders we made prior in this example. SparkCorePrograms is the folder we will be installing all the install files to. So we're just going to drag it right in here. Shrink this down. Alright, let's go to the next step. Install Make. Go to this web link. Scroll down, and you're going to want to download this file here. I've already done this as well. Okay, now let's copy Make installation folder to our folder, which is this folder here. And let's do the next step. Device Firmware Upgrade, or DFU. Let's go to this web link. I'm going to go to the release folders. Scroll down. You're going to want to download this binary here, which I've already done that as well. First, we're going to need to make a folder called DFU here. Open this zip file because we only need a few files out of it. We want the Win32 and copy all these files into the DFU folder. Again, you just want the Win32 files. Let's go to the next step. Zadig. Go to the web link. And you're going to want to download it for Windows. Which, again, I've already done that. And for this, we just need to copy it to your desktop. Okay, the next step. We got to install Git. So go to the web link. And you're going to want to download for Windows again. Next, 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 next. I'm going to choose this Windows option for the command prompt. Next. This installation is again time-lapsed. Finish. And we're going to want to copy these files over as well. In this next step, we will be downloading the source files onto our local machine. We will use Git for this, but first we need to set our path variables. I have mine in a text file, and I will post a link for it. To enter in the path variables on a Windows 7 machine, go to Computer, right-click, Properties, Advanced System Settings, Environment Variables, and we want to make sure path is selected. We want to edit that. Let's copy all these path variables. Which these are the folders we copied all the program installations into. Click Edit, and I'm just going to hit Delete, Control V to paste it, and hit OK. Hit OK, and again OK. Again, just to reiterate, these path variables are from all those source folder installations we copied over. Let's open up a command prompt. We're going to manually enter in these path variables right now since I didn't reboot my machine. I need to do it now. So I'm going to right click, hit paste, enter. Now they're set. Let's go to the Spark folder for the source files. We need to download those using Git now. Let's go to the web link, which gives the Git. We're going to copy this. I'm going to right click, paste it, enter. And now it's downloading. This is, of course, time-lapsed again. Okay, let's do the next one. Common lib, right click, copy, right click, paste, enter. And let's do the last one, communication lib. The next step is to do the make. Git pull will update the source files. And how we do that is close this stuff out. Don't need this no more. And I'll save that for later. Go to the Spark folder. You need to go into each folder and just type in that git pull from the command prompt. So we're going to go to core firmware. hitting tab to complete it. And then you just issue a git pull, and you would do that for each folder here. You cannot do it from the root of Spark. Alright, the next step is to do the make. We need to go to the firmware build folder at the command line to do this. So let's go to the build folder, type in make, and see if it compiles. This is time-lapsed, and we can see that it successfully compiled. We have now proven that all our steps are complete and working, and we can move on with the rest of the installations. The next step, to flash it, we need to check the DFU. So I'm going to plug in my SparkCore. And I'm going to hold the mode button down and tap reset until I see the yellow flashing light. Okay, the driver was not successfully installed. That was expected. That's where we're going to run this program. And click Install Driver. Driver successfully installed. We don't need to use this anymore. So the next step is we want to confirm that everything is installed right for the driver. So we're going to run this DFU utility-L. And we just want to make sure that what we got here for a response is the same as what they're listing down here. And it looks to be the same. Alright, we're ready with the next step, and that's to download the bin file. So I'm going to select this, copy it, back to the command prompt, paste it, right click, paste, and now you can see it's downloading to the SparkCore. In the last line here it says error during download. That's explained in the README doc. Just ignore that. And we're done. We've proven that all our steps so far, we can compile and download the file to the board. For this next step, we're going to be installing a couple more files. We're almost done. We're going to install Netbeans. This will be the IDE you will use to compile your files and write your code in. We're going to go to this web link. I will have that in the description. If you already have Java, you can download Netbeans itself, but this is a new install for me, so I'm going to install the JDK and the Netbeans together. I've already downloaded it. Click Next. Accept agreement. Click Next. Next. And Next. And again, install. This installation is time-lapsed right here. I don't want to send anonymous data. Click Finish. And the last file we need to install CY-Win, this is what Netbeans uses. Go to this web link, scroll down, and since I'm on an 64-bit machine, I will use this install file. If you're not, use the x86 link. I've already downloaded this, so let's do the setup. Next, next, and next. I'm going to pick CY-Win. I'm going to pick this host. We're just going to click next, and again next, and this installation is time-lapsed as well. I don't want an icon on my desktop. I'll click finish. At this point we have everything we need installed right now, so let's start Netbeans. I'm going to want to go to Tools and install some plugins. I'm going to wait for this to update. There's more than 51. Let's give it a couple seconds here. Alright, I want C/C++. There's a few more things that I want. Let me just scroll through here real quick. I want to show the path in the title bar. You don't need these options. You do need C/C++, but the rest of these you don't need. I'm just installing them because I like them. Netbeans also has Git. You can use Git directly within Netbeans instead of going to the command prompt. So you can do all your Git stuff from within Netbeans. I will not show you that in this example, but it has it installed. I'm going to install the Git toolbar. And open URL for Git. So let's install these. Alright, this is time-lapsed right here. Click continue. Click finish. Close. At this point, we're going to need to set Netbeans up. Let's go to Tools, Options. I don't need a proxy. Let's go to C/C++. We're going to get this pop-up initially. We can ignore this. We're going to add a new tool collection. We're going to browse to our compiler folder. SparkCorePrograms folder that we made earlier. This is a compiler. Click Open. It's going to say unknown, but it is a GNU4.x. Click OK. We're going to have to tell it the compiler file name. So again, we're going to go to the compiler. We'll go to the bin folder. And we're going to click gcc.exe. And now we need to tell the C++ compiler. We're going to go to the same folder. And we're going to click G++. And now we're going to do the assembler. We're going to go to the same folder. We're going to click the as.exe, click apply. That should update our code assistance as well. Let's check that. Okay, good. I don't have any project options, so let's click OK. Alright, let's create our project. I'm going to go File, New Project, C++, Project with existing sources. Click Next. We need to browse to our Spark folder, because that is our existing sources. Click Select. The makefile, we're going to use custom because Spark includes a makefile. We need to point to that makefile, and that's in firmware build folder. Click the makefile. Click Next. Click Next again. We want automatic configuration. Click Next. We need to set the path for our project. You can make this anywhere you want. Oh, I forgot the backslash. Okay, click Finish. Okay, it's automatically did a clean and it's remaking the files, as you can see down in the output window. Okay, make successful. We should get a pop-up running this for the first time. There it is. Code assistance. Close. Here's how we fix that. Right click on Spark, Code Assistance, reparse the project. And then we're going to right click again, Code Assistance, and configure Code Assistance. We're going to do a simple mode. Click Next. And click Finish. And that will help set up the code assistance for your source files. Where the user would write his application at is in Core Firmware, Source Files, SRC, Application.cpp. When you download all the source files, this is automatically included. Here is where you would write your application at. You have the setup and loop functions already there for you, and you can feel free to change this at your will. On a new install, there's one more step we need to do, and that's for downloading the bin file to the board. So we're going to go to Properties, and I believe it was in Run. Yes, we need to add to this output path a command that was given to us in the instructions. So let me jump there. If you remember, on the README doc, they gave a command to download to the board in the command line. So we're going to copy that. That's this command here. I'm going to copy this, and we're going to paste it to that run command. We're going to add a space, and then I'm going to hit Control V to paste it, and then I'm going to hit apply. This will allow the IDE to download to the board when you hit run. Click OK. These are your icons for building. There's build your project. You can clean and build your project. We have our setup function and our loop function. Let's test it by building it. Okay, build successful. I'm going to now plug in my SparkCore board to the USB port. To set it up in DFU mode, we're going to hold down the mode button, which is here, and we're just going to tap reset. You're going to continue to hold the mode button down until you see the yellow flashing light and let go. At this point, we can click Run. And we need to do, I guess, again, one more final step. I'm sorry about that. On a new install, we need to give it the DFU. Click DFU and click OK. And now it will download to the board. Okay, the board's rebooting. It downloaded successfully. And now our new application's inside the SparkCore. Let's make a change just to further prove the concept. Let's increment a variable. Alright, hit Control S to save it. Build it. Build successful. I'm going to now put my SparkCore in DFU mode by hitting the mode button and reset button. Okay, flashing yellow. Okay, SparkCore's rebooting, and I have my cyan LED fading in and out. Should you want to use Git, here's your icons for Git, Git pull, Git fetch, changes, commit. I will not be showing that usage in this video, but feel free to play with it as you will. And that wraps up this tutorial. To reiterate, your project source files are in your Spark folder. There's another folder called Spark. That's where your project's at. Again, you don't have to put that there. That's just what I chose to do. And that concludes our tutorial. Thanks for watching.